Howdy, howdy, everybody. It's X-Dragon Chaser here. Tonight I will be showing you how to make a Whitewall tire out of a regular tire. Now, I already did another video showing the process of getting the tire smooth. First thing you got to do is watch the other video. Basically, you take a flat disc sander on a grinder and get all the lettering and everything else off. I actually had to pull my tread back because the tread came out to about here. So I had to shape the tire the way I wanted it because I want the old school, bicycle tire, narrow pizza cutter look. So anyway, tonight what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to achieve the straight line for your Whitewall. Obviously, if the tire's on the bike, you can get the wheel spinning and hold something in place and make your lines, hold something in place where you want the line, and then as the wheel spins, it'll make it round. But I do it a different way. I do it with electrical tape. If you see, I already did the outside here. What I'm using as a guide is the notch for where the tread stops. The tread stops, you can kind of see the indentation there. And that's my line. So what I do is the electrical tape, when you stretch it out a little, it'll let you bend a radius. So I just kind of bend it all the way around and do a nice tight radius all the way around the tire. And I use like I said, I use the nubs of the tire where the grooves stop as my guide. And then on the inside, I use this little bead as my guide. That way I know I'm round. And once you're done with the Whitewall tire, once it's on the bike, you can get the bike spinning, or the wheel spinning, and if your Whitewall is a little crooked at spots, or your paint leaked a little, you can take a permanent marker and while the wheel's spinning, hold it in place and true up your line. I'll do all that once it's on the bike, but for now I wanted to see if I could kind of, if I'm able to position this camera here, kind of give you an idea on how to do this Whitewall tire with the tape, how to make your lines nice and straight. So let's see if I can get this thing to stay up. Okay, so far so good. Might be a little rough at times, I apologize. I am trying. Okay, so basically what we're going to do here is just follow the line that's already on the tire. I want fat white walls, so electrical tapes. Obviously, first prep your tire. Once you've sanded it smooth, clean it really, 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 really good with acetone or lacquer thinner. First off, you want your tape to be able to stick, and dust and dirt and tire ooies won't let that happen very good. And then, especially when it's time to paint, I use a heat gun as well, and heat the tire up and wipe it with lacquer thinner. I really want to get all of the nasty stuff out because this Whitewall you're doing is going to be subjected to the road and all of its different elements, and as you know, that's not the best thing for spray paint to hold up to. They used to sell a Whitewall tire paint. I bought some called like Glen Doug's or something weird like that, but on eBay. But from what I see, the guy isn't selling it anymore. And so I have kind of found my own little method of what works. And I will explain that once I get a little further. So basically, you see what I'm doing is I'm just kind of pulling out a little bit of electrical tape, just barely stretching it, just a little. You don't want to stretch it too much because then when you, Sorry about that, phone fell over. Yeah, you don't want to stretch the tape too much because when you, oh, that was great. When you eventually do let it go, it'll just kind of like unpeel on you. Jeez, you can tell I am not a together kind of dude tonight. Having straight up troubles here. I'll figure it out here in a sec, folks. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay, so until that falls over again, I'm going right over the bead because I don't want the bead painted. I want my line to literally die right inside of it. So this inside one, I think it's a little bit harder than the outside one. It's a tighter radius, obviously. And it just doesn't always want to go as well. So every, I don't know, 8-10 inches, kind of come back over and make sure you're stuck. This is tape on rubber, so if you do it right and you don't put too much tension on the tape, but you get just enough, this stuff will stick amazingly well. And I'll show you the finished product. It comes out really, really nice. I have watched a million videos on attempting to make a Whitewall tire like this, and I still never seen anybody use this method. So I am assuming this is how people are doing it. But everybody's always talking about using a trash can lid or putting some round thing here and then just as a guide and then just spraying the tire. I tried that, but I just was not able to find anything that was the exact same size I wanted, and it leaves your lines all nasty. If you're not taped off, your lines are not going to come out the way you want them. And I know that you can do the touch-up with the permanent marker, and I do plan on doing that. However, why not just get it, as good as possible right off the bat? That way you're not having to kind of do all that touch-up forever. Because, you do fix it with a permanent marker, but you don't really want to, have to overdo it. It'll just look ghetto if you have a bunch of shiny permanent marker on there. So you want to just kind of reserve it for one thin touch-up stripe along the edge or something, just to give you that nice, perfect round edge. You see what I'm talking about? I must have pulled it a little tight, because I don't like that there. It slipped over the edge, so come back around. I hope I'm not boring you guys. I don't know how to do the little thing where everybody's all clever and fast forwards the video while they're working, so maybe by the time you see this, I'll have actually done that. I'll do a little research. I'm sure I can figure it out. Hey, I figured out how to put tape on a damn tire, so. Yeah, so you see it's a tedious process, however, it bears good results. See, I just figured out something new right there. I was riding my fingernail right over that little hump that I keep talking about, and it actually helped me run the tape a little bit quicker, so learning new stuff all the time. And obviously, you do this how you see fit. This is just the way I do it. I don't know if you guys out there are professionals or some shit, and you're like, oh, you're supposed to just use this tool, you dumb shit, but I like to do things the hard way. I've become kind of good at it, doing things the hard way, that is, and achieving highly mediocre results. My back, however, does not like this process. My back is telling me that I'm an asshole, and I know I must be getting old. Alright, forget the fingernail trick. This way it's just much faster. But yeah, this electrical tape, because I tried 20 different tapes. I tried all these really thin, striping type tapes, for doing pin striping and stuff, and they just weren't they weren't doing it. They weren't hitting the line like I needed it, and so I used the electrical tape on accident, or well, I mean not on accident, but I didn't have anything else, and I was like, well, shit, I'll give this a try, and it turned out just working like a champ. So I kind of like do this religiously when I whitewall a tire. I mean, this is my method. So I'm gonna put this up, post it. And I'm really hoping that maybe just maybe one of you will like subscribe to my channel. I know it's not flashy and I don't have cool intros like all the other people. I'll get there though. But I like making videos on how to do stuff because I sit out here and do stupid stuff like all day long, well, after work, but sit out here and just kind of tinker with stuff, and I figure out a lot of cool stuff. I mean, granted, I watch YouTube videos for everything that I do, dozens of them, and before I actually attempt to do it, and then I go about it their way, and then sometimes I just try to kind of perfect it on my own. And this one here, I just couldn't find anything that I liked. Some people were using masking tape and shit, but you know, it looked like boo-boo. So this, let's see, focus. Okay, as you can see, there's a little tiny hump in the tire, and I'm riding it with the tape all the way around. And like I said, if you're not perfect, it's okay, because you can come back with a permanent marker, and when the wheel's spinning, you basically lay your hand against one of the forks or one of the back, you know, the frame, and hold the pen right where you want the edge of the line. And as the wheel spins, obviously it'll spin, and that pen will draw a line all the way around, and it'll be perfect. And so that's how you kind of correct yourself if you screw up. And you will. I mean, even if you get your thing perfect the first time, at one point or another, like the paint will bleed behind the tape or something. As much as you try, it's just something's gonna screw up at one point or another. However, I get pretty damn good results. Now granted, this has been sitting out in the rain for a couple days, so the white walls are dirty, and then my son kicked the crap out of it and put a big notch in it. So I'll end up redoing this. This is just high temp paint. It's the wrong paint. I just wanted to get a base on, and you can see what happens with the wrong paint. Yeah. So obviously, when the tires are moving, that's going to be your biggest challenge on the road. You know, deflating, inflating, yada yada yada. So what I did that worked on the rear tire over here. Now, these are sitting on the ground and everything, and you see the overspray. These just haven't been ridden on. Is I used Plasti-Dip. Plasti-Dip is, they have some in a can. It's basically, you know, plastic spray. A lot of people use it for handles on their tools. You can buy the white Plasti-Dip and use that as your first layer. You know, when you tape it off, spray Plasti-Dip. Do like, I'm not even kidding you, like 10 coats. As thick as you can go, do it. The more the merrier. And the Plasti-Dip doesn't harden hard. It's plastic, so it moves with the tire. It is absolutely the best thing that you can use. But, there's a big but on that. It will turn yellow day 2. Like, you'll spray it, and you'll be like, dude, that's dope, you know, whatever. You'll go to bed, you'll wake up in the morning, and your shit will be like dirty, nasty, rotten-ass teeth yellow. I have no idea what it is. It's obviously some reaction with the rubber, but it turns yellow. And I mean like, wow, yellow. Like, really nasty teeth yellow. Anyway, so do that, though. Do like 10 layers of Plasti-Dip, and then, for fear of showing you my nasty living environment here, or working environment, I should say. I've kind of trashed the yard here. This is what you put over the top of the Plasti-Dip. Vinyl and fabric coating, Duplicolor. The reason is it moves as well. You're looking for flexible. That's your thing. If this is made to go on fabric, it's flexible, and that's what you need. So the Plasti-Dip is giving you your base because it's really flexible. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. It's really, really flexible. However, the color sucks. So do, you know, 8, 10 coats of plasti dip, as many as you can stand. I mean, you can do 3. It's not going to make, you know, but the more the merrier. And then do 2 or 3 coats of this after the plasti dip's completely dried, like a day or 2 dried. Do a couple coats of this, and then let it sit. And I ran it. That's the second time I've done it on the back tire, but I ran it like that, and I ran it for months. No cracking, no chipping, no nothing. Only until I tried to mess around with it did I start scratching it all up, so I redid it. But this is the best way I have found to do white walls at home on your motorcycle tires or car tires. You know, it's not a market that there's a lot of people doing. You know, if you can't find this tire size, which this is a Honda Rebel, and this is an 18-inch rim, good luck finding one with a white wall. It cannot be done in the right size. This is a 90-90-18, or a 100 by 18, whatever you want to call it, 3.0 or something. And it's really narrow, you know, really narrow. And so to get that tire that I wanted, I had to buy this one. And like I said, it had knobbies that came all the way down to like here. The rubber wrapped all the way around. So I shaved it all off and made them pizza cutters. But if you're willing to put in a little elbow grease, you can get that look that you desire. And I just powder coated these. Oh yeah, they were chrome, now they're powder coated red. So that red with that big old fatty white wall is going to look something fiercely gangster. I will keep you posted, but this is how to make a white wall at home using electrical tape and spray paint. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Have a good night.